Okay. I have every number from 1 to 10 here. Don't I? Don't I?
Yeah.
So, if I have every number there, are those guys the squares or the square roots? Square roots, because every number is a square root, isn't it, Ethan? Because you can always multiply it by itself, right? So these guys are the square roots. I want you guys to write the squares up top. So what is 1 times 1?
1.
2 times 2?
4.
3 times 3?
9.
4 times 4?
16.
5 times 5? 6 times 6? 7 times 7? 8 times 8? 9 times 9? 10 times 10? 100. Everybody cool? Everyone knows that, right? That's not new. Right? Everyone's good? Okay, now I want to do a little bit of funkiness. How far is it from 1 to 2?
1.
It's 1. There's infinite numbers in there, but there's one space between them. Yeah? Everybody's cool? Okay. How far is there here? 3. How far is there here? 5. How far is there here? 7. Are you noticing the pattern? How far is this one going to be? This one? This one? This one? This one? This one? 19. What do you think will happen as we go on? It's going to go up by 2, but stay odd numbers, yeah? Everybody cool? Everyone sees that pattern, yeah? Okay, now, I want you to pick, everybody, a number from this line that isn't written there. Dale, since you understood my instruction, what number did you say?
48.
48. Is 48 written there? So that's okay. Everybody with me? So, where on this line would I put a dot to show 48? Right behind 49. Does everybody understand? So everybody choose a number that isn't written here in black, and then put the dot on the line for your personal number. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'll let you pick for a second and decide where to put your dot. Excuse me. And then I'll ask for some volunteers. Dale, you just did one. Kian, what was your number?
99.
99. Where did you put the dot?
Right before 100.
Right before 100. So I'm going to put a dot there for 99. Cool? All right. Cool. 17. Where'd you put your dot? Just after 16. Nicely played. Hayden, what do you got? 5. Where'd you put your dot?
Right in the middle of 4.
Right in the middle?
Oh, no, let's do 4.
Right to the right of 4, because 5's a little bigger than 4, yes? Awesome. What'd you pick? 24. Where'd you put your dot? Right to the left of 25. Does everybody see what I'm doing here? Everybody gets it?
What about decimal points?
Just wait. Just wait. We'll come to decimals in a minute. Okay? Let's understand it with perfect squares. All right. You guys are smart kids. What's the square root of 9? 3. What's the square... Oh, crap. I didn't want to do 9. Sorry. What's the square root... Oh, yeah, I did want to do 9. Of 9 is 3, yes? What's the square root of 4? 2. So what must all the square roots between 4 and 9 be? Between what and what?
4 and 9.
If exactly, Austin, every square root in here must be between 2 and 3, correct? So whoever said 5, what's a good guess for the square root of 5? A little bit more than 2, because you can quite plainly see that 5 is a little bit past 4, so its square root must be a little bit past 2. Does everybody understand? It's pretty easy, yeah? Right? Okay, so let's see if you really get it. First of all, let's look at 68.5. Is it perfect? Can it possibly be perfect? Yes or no? No? Jamin says no. Why?
The decimal point doesn't matter.
No, that's not guessing. Why did you know when you looked at that? What about that makes you know it can't be perfect? 1 decimal. It's got an odd number of decimal places, right? 1.5. Everybody good? So right away I know that's not right. So I say to myself, self, what is perfect and close to 68.5? So let's go up to our list. What's close to 68.5? No, of our it has to be perfect. Look at the sheet the list we just made. Huh?
51.
51? What on this list is close to 68.5? 64. And what's the square root of 64? 8. Agreed? What's the next perfect square? 81. What's the square root of 81? 9. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
So that must mean, since 68.5 is in the middle here, where is its square root? In the middle here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How far is it from 64 to 81? It's 19, 17, right? Everyone agree? 17 there. 68.5, how far is it from 64 to 68.5? No, in numbers. 4.5, right?
Yeah.
Which is almost 5 steps, isn't it? How many steps would I take to get to the next perfect square? 17. How many steps did I take? 5. So I took 5 out of 17 steps, didn't I? Does everyone agree? So I started at 8, and then I went 5 out of 17 steps, didn't I? Does everybody understand that? Everybody gets it? Now this is a yucky fraction, right? But isn't this close to 8 and 5 over 15? Isn't it?
Yeah.
And we know that 5 over 15 is 8 and 1/3, don't we?
Yeah.
And we know that 8 and 1/3 is 8.3. Right?
Yeah.
Now, watch.
Another one.
I'm recording this. Watch. Square root of 68.5. 8.27. What did we say it was? Pretty darn close, hey? Now, how does this help you? What do I tell you to do every time you start a math question? Starts with an E, ends with an E, has stimat in the middle of it. Estimate. If you can make a guess as to where you're going, and then you do all the work on your calculator, and you get something close, do you know you've done it right? Yeah. So let's look at these and check it out. What's 13.5 between? Look on your list. You just made it. I know it was a long time ago. Where does 13.5 fit here? Between 9 and 16. So 13.5 is between 9 and 16. That means the square root must be between the square root of 9 and 16, correct? What's the square root of 9?
3.
What's the square root of 16? 4. Is 13.5 closer to 9 or closer to 16? It's closer to 16, isn't it? Is it past halfway?
Yes.
Yep. So it's closer to 16 than 9. So the root must be closer to 4 or 3. If it's closer to 16, is it closer to 4 or is it closer to 3? 4. Then I just say to myself, okay, it's between 3 and 4 and closer to 4. What's your guess? Is it past halfway? Little bit, right? So it's going to be around 4.6 maybe, because 4.5 would be halfway, correct? Let's check. Square root 13.5. Oh, not 4.6, sorry, 3.6, right? Dummy head.
Yeah.
Because it had to be between 3 and 4. 3.6. 3.67. Are we pretty darn close?
Yeah.
Without ever touching a calculator. Right? Okay. Not bad. So let's look at the next one. What's 51.5 between? Look on your chart. 49 and 64. So the roots must be between 49 and 64, right? What's the square root of 49? 7. What's the square root of 64? 8. Is 51 closer to 49 or closer to 64? Way closer to 49, isn't it? It's closer to 49 than it is to 64. So the root must be closer to 7 than it is to 8, yeah? So it's between 7 and 8, closer to 7. So 7. Now, it's only 2 steps past 51, isn't it? And there's 15 steps there, right? So 2 out of 15 steps. It's pretty close to 3 out of 15, right? Which is 1 out of 5, which is 7.2. Now, you don't even need to go that far. It's real close to 7. So you can guess 7.1, 7.2, right? Let's check with our calculator. Even though we wouldn't use our calculator to do this, right? Because we're just guessing. Square root of 51.5. 7.17. We guessed 7.2. Darn close, aren't we?
Off by a couple decimal points.
Okay, is everybody good? Because I do.
Because it's spotted to say 50.
What about a fraction? Don't write this down, but when we were guessing a whole number, 48, we thought about what it was close to, right? That's almost the square root of 49, correct? So what is this really? This is really the square root of 3 over the square root of 10, isn't it? Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
Okay. What is 3 close to that does have a square root? No, square root.
Yeah, 3.
3 doesn't have a square root, but what's close to it that does? 1 and 4. Is 3 closer to 1 or 4? 4. So isn't this pretty darn close to 4, the square root of 4, over, what's 10 close to that has a square root? 11 has a square root? 9, right, Ethan? So that's pretty close to 9, right? So what's the square root of 4? 2. What's the square root of 9? 3. So the square root of 3 over 10 is almost 2 over 3 because of this. Is everyone cool with that? Everyone gets it? All right. So let's look at what we've got here. What's 23 close to? $25. What's 80 close to? Look on your chart if you don't have it memorized. 81. So 23 over 80 is pretty close to 25 over 81, yeah? What's the square root of 25 and 81? What's square root of 25?
5.
What's square root of 81? 9. So it's pretty darn close to 5 over 9, isn't it?
Yeah.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What about this one? You guys fill this one in. I'll wait a second while you do it. What's 8 close to? What's 17 close to? And then see if you can figure it out. The bell is about to ring, so we're going to stop here. You have no math homework tonight, but you still finish the question, guys. What's 8 close to?
9.
What's 17 close to? 16. So this is 9 over 16. What's the square root of 9? 3. What's square root of 16? 4. So the square root here must be about 3/4. How many people got it right? Impressive. Take no math homework home. We'll finish these notes tomorrow, and we'll do the work on it tomorrow. And hopefully, you'll get that work done before Thanksgiving. The work that we start tomorrow. I hope that you aren't weakened by your math homework because you have a long weekend in which you should do no work.
I actually have a hockey tournament all week, so yeah.